so that people can let themselves in. There we go. Okay, so welcome. It's Friday, start of the weekend. All right. So it's Judith. It's a 1-hour gentle Kripalu yoga class. I think we have some new people today, and so I wish to say very, very happy welcome to all of you who are trying out the class, and we have faithful people who've been here for years. So hopefully it will help you, and I know it helps me, so I'm sure it will hopefully help you. We use in this class a yoga mat. If you don't have a yoga mat, you could substitute that with either a folded blanket, maybe a beach towel on a padded surface like a carpet, because if you're doing it on a hard surface like tile or wood, it's going to hurt. So we don't want to do that. All right. The other items you might want to have handy, and if you don't have them, I can give you options, so don't panic. Maybe some yoga blocks, a couple of yoga blocks. These are the styrofoam version. They're nice and light. They also make these blocks in bamboo. I would not recommend those because if you dropped one on your foot, it would hurt. Maybe some padding. I have a sticky mat. I have a rolled towel with rubber bands here as a fake bolster. You could find some small cushions or pillows from the sofa or the bed, perhaps. Another item we like to have is a yoga strap. And if that's not in your possession at the moment, you could substitute with a scarf or a belt or a dog leash or a bathrobe tie, perhaps. Optional items might be a hand weights. If you have a set of 1-pounders or a set of 2-pounders, that would be, you could add that in if you felt like you needed a little bit more challenge. And then last but not least is our friend, the chair. So if you've got a chair like this one, a folding chair, that would be great. No arms, no wheels. You can use the chair for balance, to help yourself with balance, or you could use the wall to help with balance, or a piece of furniture that doesn't move once you start pushing your weight on the piece of furniture. To use the chair to get up and down off of the earth, either place it on the sticky mat, or you could place the legs where the wall meets the baseboard or the floor. You're going to face the seat of the chair, hands halfway along the edge of the seat. Most of the weight will go in your arms, and you're going to float one arm down gently. Second leg joins it. You're on the earth. To get back up, hands on the side or maybe forearms on the seat. You might assist a leg forward. You're going to tuck the back toes. Again, most of the weight will be in the arms. Inhale, lift the bum. 1 foot under the seat, 2nd foot under the seat. And you can use the back of the chair to ascend gradually so you can avoid the head rush, dizziness. We don't want anybody to pass out. As I was speaking of earlier, I have a shoulder injury, so I'm going to modify. You can see how modification works. So if whatever's being offered this morning does not work for your body for whatever reason, you could modify, you could do something else, or you could skip it. So just pay attention to what the mind and the body are saying, and you should be just fine. And see how you feel at the end of class. All right. So we'll start standing and we'll work our way down to the earth. Let's take the feet a little bit wider than shoulders. And we're going to take hands on hips or waist. And you're going to start circling some hips here. So nice big breath as you inhale forward. And then exhale, squeezing navel to spine as you circle back. So the idea is that if you're here inside of a barrel, you're trying to hit each point on the 360 degrees. And if you find a spot along the way that feels tight, sticky, dark, painful, you could pause, breathe into it, and then keep moving. Let's do 4 more in this direction. 3, 2, and 1. Coming back to center, let's go the opposite direction. Inhale forward, exhale back. Just swirling those hips, getting some blood flow, moving into the core, the torso. And if you want to get the torso more involved with this, you can, or not. So you decide. We'll do 4, 3, 2, 1. Very nice. Corkscrew back to center. Let's roll some shoulders forward, up, back, and down. Oh, big full breaths here. So you're trying to get that air all the way down to the bottom lobes of the lungs. We're drawing invisible circles in the air with the shoulders. Let's do 4, 3, 2, 1. We'll go the other direction now. And a same thing here. If you want to keep the arms neutral, that's fine. But maybe you want to add in some more arms. You decide what feels appropriate. Maybe challenge yourself a bit for 4, 3, 2, and 1. And the arms come down, shake them out. Maybe shake out the legs. Let's take the legs even wider now. And we're just going to swing some arms here like empty coat sleeves. The idea on this one is it's a very mild balance challenge. So you might want to lift the opposite heel as you twist in the other direction. And then once you get arms and legs going, see if you can make sure you look over the shoulder with each swirl, right and left. So basically what we're doing here is squeezing the spine. Imagine the spine is like a wet dish rag, and you're just squeezing it and pumping fresh blood, oxygen, chi, life force into the spine. Let's do 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, and 1. Keep twisting. Now you're going to just tap underneath the collarbone. So it's right here underneath the collarbone. You could use a soft fist, or you could use the heel of the hand to tap right there. This is the top of the lung point. Big full breath for 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, and 1. Keep twisting and turning. Now you're going to pat yourself on the shoulder. So you're getting that back part of the top of the lung, a little tap. Breathing for 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, and 1. Unwind slowly, slowly. No rush to get there. Nice and easy. Okay, the legs and the feet come directly under the hips. We're going to take the 4 fingers together and with the thumb make little bird hands with our fingers. You're going to place those little bird hands underneath the collarbone here. You've got a collarbone here. You just plug them in there. And we're going to start standing. We're going to inhale, forward, exhale, twist and turn as you move that elbow in a big circle. Inhale, forward, exhale, twist and turn. Let's do 4, 3, 2, and 1. Back to neutral and center. Same idea on the left. Inhale up, exhale, twist and turn. Lift it up, inhale, exhale, twist and turn. Let's do 4, 3, 2, 1. Very nice. Back to neutral. Now you can do 4 and 4, or you can alternate for 8. Inhale, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, and 1. Very nice. Shake that out. Shake out the arms. Take the feet maybe about shoulder width apart. Big inhale up, and I'm modifying this. It means both arms are up in the air. Inhale up. Exhale, press the air down by the side of the body. Knees are soft. Inhale up. Exhale, press. Inhale up. Exhale, press. Last one. Inhale up. Exhale, press. Let's take the arms out to the side. The palms face the earth. Let's bounce an invisible ball here. Arms are nice and straight for 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Arms come to stillness. Now the palms face the wall behind you. Open the chest, bouncing that ball off of the back wall now for 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Very nice. Let's float the arms down, but resist gravity as you go. Imagine the arms are cascading down through some substance. Just shake out the arms. Let's do this twisting motion. So you're actually moving, you're rotating that joint in the shoulder girdle. Little movements forward and back, like you're washing fruit in a big tub of water for 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, and 1. Very nice. Let's go ahead and grab some blocks. Now, if you don't have any blocks today, no worries. You could take your folding chair and face the seat of the chair as a substitute. And if you don't have any of those things, you can just go as far as you're willing to go and then don't go any farther. So you're not forcing or jamming anything. So the legs are wide here. The toes point out 30 to 45 degrees. And the hands could rest on the hip crease or the waist. Knees track over toes. Torso is going to stay upright. So inhale, bend, big squat, exhale, straighten. Inhale, bend, exhale, straighten. Let's do 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, stay down on 1. Little pulses. 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, and 1. Very nice. Let's straighten it out. Arms going to go behind the back now, interlacing the fingers behind the back. Here, I'll demo. And if the hands don't reach, palms could face the midline, or you can grab a strap, a scarf, a belt, or a dog leash, and just work your hands together over time, not necessarily in the next 5 minutes, okay? So any of that can work. So we're in our big, deep squat. You've got your hands behind the back and you're stretching the arms away. So you're not resting the hands conveniently on the bum. You're going to stretch the arms away. You're going to open the chest. You can gently tuck the chin. Inhale. Let's do a forward fold here, nice and slow, drawing the arms over the head or on their way in that direction. This might be the first forward fold of the day. Big full breaths here. Getting used to being upside down. Maybe you want to shift from side to side very gently. So the knees always track over toes. And as you move through center, try not to lift the bum. Imagine you're on a single plane and you're moving from side to side. Nice and easy. Big full breaths. For 4, 3, 2, 1. Let's go back over to the right side. Hands can unwind. The right forearm can come to right thigh, and maybe the left hand could rest on a block or the seat of a chair if you're facing the chair. The left toes can come off the earth. Little pulses now into the right hip. Little gentle pulses, big full breaths. 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Glide through center. Left forearm to left thigh. Right hand could go to the block or the seat of the chair. Right toes might come up off of the earth, but the heel stays grounded. Little pulses into the left hip. And this is a great stretch for that inner thigh muscle, the adductor, which tends to get overlooked. Big full breaths for 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, and 1. Let's come back to center now. You're still in this deep plie, all right? So the blocks could be in front of you or the seat of the chair. Let's go ahead and bend those knees, pressing into the deep squat, and then exhale, straighten the legs. You return to your forward fold. We'll just do 4 of these. Inhale, press. Exhale, straighten into your forward fold. Inhale, press. Exhale, back to forward fold. 2 more. Pressing and folding. Pressing and folding. Keeping the legs straight. Let's move the blocks down to their lowest setting if you're using blocks. Or you could use a book or a couple of books, just depending. The blocks will lift the floor closer up to your face. The right hand goes directly under the face, and the left arm is going to stretch up towards the sky. Now, if the left arm isn't wanting to do that, the hand could go to the sacrum. You're looking over left shoulder for 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Top arm comes down nice and slow. The left hand now goes directly underneath the face, and the right arm goes up to the sky. Or the hand could go to the sacrum. You decide. Big full breaths for 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Top arm comes down. You can lift the blocks up to a higher setting if that works for you. And then heel toe the feet together or step the feet together until the feet are directly under the hips. I'll do this in profile. So we're here in a standard forward fold. Let's just shake the head, yes. Shake the head, no. Maybe some horse lips, Mr. Ed. Get the facial muscles involved. Let's start micro bending the knees left and right. The chest presses close to the tops of the thighs. Little micro bends for 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, and 1. Legs come to stillness. The hands drag up the front of the shins, halfway up. Back is flat. A series of flat back lifts. Inhale, lift. Exhale, forward fold. Inhale, half back lift. Exhale, forward fold. Let's do 4, 3, 2, 1. Pausing here. Hands could come to thighs. Maybe the arms want to come out to the side, and you're lifting up, engaging abdominals, lifting, lifting, lifting. Let's come to a big, wide warrior pose here. Big full breath. I'm modifying. I have an injured arm and shoulder for 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Loading the arms down from mountain pose. Oh, triple slow time. Nice and easy. And then just shake everything out that needs shaking. Grab your chair or your wall. And I'll put these props off to the side. I'm going to grab the strap as well. And if you don't have a strap, I'll show you an option. All right. So let's use the wall or the chair, the piece of furniture for your balance support. And what we'll do here is, and I guess I'm going to step back so you can see. We're going to take the left foot forward. You're going to plant the heel. And we're going to tap, tap, tap. So the heel stays grounded and you're tapping those left toes right in the center. You're standing tall on the supporting right leg, and maybe you need to grab your balance prop, but maybe you don't. Maybe hands on hips. So a little tap, tap, tap in the front for 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, and 1. We're going to tap to the side, tap to the center, tap to the other side. Little half rainbow arc. So tap in the middle, and it's side, front, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, and 1. Nice and coming to stillness. That foot returns back to neutral. Let's take the right heel and plant the right heel, and we're going to tap in the middle with the set of toes while that right heel stays grounded. This side may be a different experience. No judgment, just noticing. And we're tapping in the middle. The heel stays grounded for 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, and 1. And we're going to tap side, tap center, tap other side for 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, and 1. Very nice. Bringing that to stillness now. You can shake out the feet and the legs if that feels right. From here, let's grab the strap. And if you don't have a strap, I'll give you the option. So you're going to loop the strap around the ball of the left foot. I like to take both ends of the strap in my right hand, and that strap will more or less live on the inside of the left leg. So you could use either hand, it doesn't matter. You can use the chair for support. It's going to be inhale, lift, exhale, straighten, inhale, bend, exhale, straighten. If you don't have the strap, back of hand behind the thigh, not the knee, inhale, bend, exhale, straighten, bending, and straightening. So you choose what works for you. Inhale, exhale, inhale, exhale for 7, 8, 9. Oh, I'm sorry, I'm counting up. We'll just go to 10. There we go. Place it down, shake it out. Okay, let's go to the other side. Let's loop the strap around the ball of the right foot. And here again, if you want to grab onto the balance support, that's fine, or maybe hand on hip. Inhale, exhale, inhale, exhale for 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, and 1. Hooray. Here we go. Float it down. Unwind the strap. Shake out the legs. Shake out the legs. Okay. Now we're going to turn the chair and face the back of the chair. So I won't mirror you for this. Left foot is forward. Right foot goes back. Both sets of toes point forward. Make sure the legs are wide enough so that you feel stable. Imagine there's one of those giant exercise balls between the two thighs and you're squeezing those thighs together. And you can use the chair for support. You're going to lift the back right heel. Inhale, lift. Exhale, press. Inhale, lift. Exhale, press. 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3. Torso stays upright. 2, 1. Place the heel down. Right foot in the back just angles out slightly, maybe 5 or 10 degrees. You might want to cheat that left foot slightly farther forward. And we're going to tilt the pelvis torso together, tilting over that back part of the chair, maybe 20 to 30 degrees. You'll know when to stop. We're strengthening the left front quad. One arm might come forward. A second arm might come forward, breathing for 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Hold the arms here. Inhale, exhale, one arm back, forward. Second arm, exhale back and forward for 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. That's it. Arms come down to the back of the chair. Right foot comes forward to meet the left. Shake out the legs. How was that side? Just noticing. Right foot forward, left foot back. I'm not mirroring you. That back heel is going to lift up. Inhale, lift. Exhale, press. Spread the toes wide. Lifting and pressing for 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, and 1. Back heel comes down. Back foot turns out 5 to 10 degrees. Maybe the pelvis is going to be squared to the narrow end of your mat or that straight edge on the seat of the chair, should you have one of those. All right, let's cheat the right foot forward slightly. The core, the torso is going to bend over the chair, maybe 20 to 30 degrees. And we're going to go ahead and extend one arm forward, maybe a second arm comes forward, maybe for 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Keep the arms out. Exhale, one arm back, bring it forward. Second arm, exhale back, bring it forward for 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Arms come down. Left foot meets the right. Shake out the legs, shake out the legs. How was that side? Maybe it was the same, maybe it was different. Keeping the chair exactly where it is. The feet are going to be in first position. The heels come together. The toes point out. You're facing the back of your chair. Find a drishti point, a point that's not going to move. It could be either on the wall in front of you, on the floor in front of you. We're going to lift up on the tippy toes. Inhale, lift. Exhale, float down and press. Inhale, lift. Exhale, press. Let's do 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2. Stay elevated on 1. Now, drishti point. Maybe one arm comes up, maybe it doesn't. Maybe a second arm comes up, maybe it doesn't. Focusing and balancing for 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. One arm comes down, second arm comes down. Float the heels down, shake them out, shake out the legs. Getting some blood flow going into the feet, those tiny extremities of the toes. Very nice. Here we're going to tap the feet directly under hips. Just lift the right heel, and then just circling. So the ankle initiates the movement. Thigh and knee just go along for the ride. Let's circle in the other direction. Standing tall on the supporting left leg. And let's bring that heel to stillness. Lift the left heel now. Same idea. The ankle joint is what initiates the movement. You may or may not need your balance support. Just try, and if you fall out of it, just go right back into it. Let's circle the other way. Big full breaths. 4, 3, 2, 1. Comes down to stillness. Shake them out. Shake them out. Very nice. Let's go ahead and move the chair off to the side. The blocks can go at the narrow end of the mat, whatever you're using as a mat. And remember the directions if using the chair, if you have anxiety about getting to the floor. A big help. So just facing that narrow end of your mat, let's do some big inhale ups. Exhale, swan dive forward, come right back up. Inhale up. Exhale, bending forward. Abdominals always engaged. Let's do 2 more. Inhale. Exhale. Inhale. Stay down on this one. Exhale. Again, let's just shake the head yes, shake the head no. Maybe some micro bends of the knees left and right here to stretch out that low back, which can get very, need to keep moving it and stretching it out. Let's take the hands forward, stepping back into downward facing dog. I'm not joining you because of my arm, but the body is in its shape of a triangle. The feet step back, the legs are straight, front arms are straight. When you get into position with arms and legs, bicycle pedal the heels. Wag your dog tail. Do a little rumba right there on your yoga mat. For 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, and 1. Coming to stillness, floating the knees down to the mat. Thighs could be parallel or big toes together, knees wide apart. Press into child pose. So now I'm taking my rolled towel here behind the knees to create more space, letting the bum get a little closer to the heels. The forehead could come to the mat, or stacked palms, or stacked fists, or a low block. Arms could be beside the legs, or arms could stretch forward on the mat. You decide. And then once you get everything organized, arms and legs, just allow the body to melt into the mat and focus your attention on that back body. Big full breaths into that back body. Inhale, lower back, middle back, upper back. Pausing at the top. Exhaling, upper, middle, lower back. Pausing at the bottom. 2 more, just like that. Inhale and exhale. Inhale and exhale. 1 more. Inhale and exhale. And let's just come halfway out of child pose. Don't come all the way out. Let's take the top of the right foot and nestle it into the arch of the left foot. And then you're going to return to child pose. So you're kind of smushing that bottom left foot, squeezing fresh blood, oxygen, chi into those areas, into the toes. Maybe little rock side to side with the hip. Might feel yummy, but maybe not. And then bringing that to stillness, coming halfway out of this child pose, reversing the feet. The top of the left foot nestles into the arch of the right foot. And then we're going to press back into that right foot. Maybe little wiggles of the hips here might feel good, but maybe not. Always experimenting, get some more movement in there. Big full breaths for 4, 3, 2, 1. Very nice. Coming back to neutral. Coming out of child pose completely. Unwinding the feet. Maybe patting the knees now. So you could use a folded towel or blanket. Just make sure it's even, no lumps or bumps. Neutral table is hips over knees, shoulders over elbows, elbows over wrists, fingers spread wide. Big full breaths. Let's do some cat-cow. Inhale, drop the belly, spread the sits bones wide. Exhale, arch and squeeze like a Halloween cat. Inhale, drop. Exhale, arch and squeeze. Let's do 4, 3, 2, last one. And then back to neutral. Let's tuck all 10 toes. Let's rock back and forth on those 10 toes. Opening up the bottoms of the feet. Big full breaths. Some people can sit up on those heels. I'm not one of them. But if you can do that, that's the next level. Big full breaths for 4, 3, 2, and 1. Back to neutral, untucking the 10 toes. Maybe this is a good time to grab your blocks. I won't be mirroring you on this. Right foot forward. You can frame that right foot either with the hands on the mat or hands on blocks on whatever height works for the proportions of your bones in your body. So the idea is to stack right knee over right heel and extend that left leg as long behind you as possible. It's a good idea to have that back knee padded, protected. And if you're using blocks, I'm going to walk them back under the armpits. That will lift the chest a bit. So just pausing here in this shape for 4, 3, 2, 1. We're going to start to straighten and bend the right front leg. As you straighten it, you drop the torso down the inside of the right thigh. Then you're going to press forward into that low runner's lunge. Inhale as you go back. Exhale as you press forward. So finding your own rhythm and pace for this. Breathing. Stretching out those hamstrings. Hello, hamstrings. Good morning. Next time that front leg is straight, keep it straight. The toes can point up to the sky. The heel stays grounded. Hands could come to the part of it. You're going to drop the torso again down the inside of the right thigh. Hamstrings might be humming, singing, warbling. Big full breath for 4, 3, 2, 1. Hands could stay on the earth or they could return to blocks. You're still more or less in this forward fold over the right leg. We're going to windshield wiper the entire right leg here. Those right toes are pointing up to the sky, and you're rotating the entire leg bone into that right hip socket, pumping synovial fluid. Synovial fluid is what lubricates the joints, and it's not produced until the joint starts moving. For 4, 3, 2, and 1. Very nice. Foot returns, flat foot returns to earth. Let's take that lunge one more time into that low runner's lunge. Knee stacks over heel, chest is lifted. Maybe you want to stay right here. Maybe the hands come to that front thigh. Big full breaths. You're taking the left hand and pressing the back of the left hand into the outside of the right thigh, crossing over the midline. Right hand comes to hip, looking over right shoulder for 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Unwinding here, that was a balance challenge. Taking your blocks down to the low setting. Maybe you're using a couple of books, right? It's going to go to that upper right corner of the mat. So your leg is angled in a different way. Maybe you want to lunge forward here into that low runner's lunge one more time and stay right there. Some of you might want to come down to forearms if that's available, but maybe not. Maybe you want to take that Right arm up to the sky. Breathing, pressing into this deep, deep lunge for 4, 3, 2, 1. Top arm comes down. Press yourself back. Get the blocks up tall. Right leg goes back to meet the left. Big toes together, knees wide apart. Press into child pose. Whew. So again, the thighs could be parallel, or you could be in this big toes together, knees wide apart position. Now noticing right side of body and left side of body. Are they the same? Again, melting the body into the mat. Let's do some more back breathing. Inhale, lower back, middle back, upper back. Noticing the pause at the top. Exhaling upper, middle, lower back. Noticing the pause at the bottom. 2 more. Inhale. And exhale. 1 more. Inhale. And exhale. And then very slowly returning up to neutral table. Maybe using your blocks, maybe not. Left foot comes forward this time. You can frame the foot with the hand, or you could use blocks. And that left foot, you might want to cheat slightly farther forward as you stretch that right leg back. Left knee stacks over left heel. Maybe if you're using blocks, you could walk the blocks back under the armpits as you lift the chest a bit more. Pressing deeply into this low runner's lunge. Breathing for 4, 3, 2, 1. And now it's a straightening of the front left leg, and you drop the torso down the inside of the left thigh. This leg may be a different experience. Just noticing, no judgment. And again, finding your own rhythm, your own pace. Oh, sighing, moaning, groaning is fine. We're all muted. So if you feel the urge, go for it. Oh, 2 more. Next time the front leg is straight, leave it straight. I like to take the hands to the earth for this part. The torso drops down the inside of the left thigh. The head is tractioning the spine like a 15-pound bowling ball. The hamstrings might be singing. Big full breaths for 4, 3, 2, 1. Hands could either stay on the earth or they could come to blocks. You can decide. And that left toes are pointing up to the sky. The left heel is grounded, and you're windshield wipering that leg so that the whole leg is pumping synovial fluid into the left hip flexor and where it plugs in there at the back. It also stimulates the psoas, which is buried deeply in there. Let's do 4, 3, 2, 1. Return to neutral. Go ahead and press into this front runner's lunge one more time. Maybe the hands want to stay on the earth or the blocks. Maybe they want to come to that front thigh. The outside of the right hand presses into the outside of the left thigh. The left hand goes to the left hip. You're looking over left shoulder to the wall behind you for 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, and 1. Unwinding, unwinding. You're going to take your blocks on the low setting, this time on the inside of the left foot. And the left foot just kind of inches its way over to that upper left corner of the mat. And you're going to press forward. You're just getting at that femur plug a different way. Maybe it's plenty to have the arms straight. Maybe you want to come on down to your forearms. You decide. Maybe the top left arm comes up to the sky. Maybe it doesn't. For 4, 3, 2, 1. Comes down. You're going to slowly draw the left foot back to meet the right. Big toes together, knees wide apart, press into child, or parallel thighs are fine as well. Oh, just use this as a pausing station, letting the body melt into the earth. Noticing heart beating, blood flowing, chi moving throughout the system. For 4, 3, 2, 1. Come out of this resting child's pose. Clear the props away off of the mat. We're going to come to sitting. Have your props handy, including weights. If you think you might want weights, you can choose. So the knees are bent, the feet are hip distance apart, both sets of toes pointing forward. Hands grab the back of the thighs, not the knee joint. Inhale forward. Exhale back and squeeze. Navel to spine as you squeeze. Inhale forward. Exhale up and back towards the spine, squeezing abdominals. One more time forward. Let's stay back this time. Shoulders drop away from ears. You lift the chest. The chin can be tucked. Let's go ahead and take one arm forward. Maybe a second arm forward. Pump the belly for 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. And now roll it down very slowly, vertebra by vertebra, until you're on your back on the earth. Back of the neck is long, crown of head lines up with tailbone. The knees are drawn into the chest. And you can either circle the knees, or you could go side to side, east to west, rocking, soothing. Also getting some nice stimulation to the entire back, including the skull. For 4, 3, 2, 1. Back to center now. Let's just draw the knees apart. The feet are floating in the air. You're going to grab with your hands either the ankles or the shin bones. And the weight of the arms are just going to rest on those inner thighs as we let gravity open up the hip creases, the psoas, the hip flexors. And since the feet are hanging here in space, let's go ahead and flex and point the feet, circle the ankles, spread the toes wide, and create a little choreography here with your feet while we're stretching open the hips. So you decide which appeals this morning. Flexing and pointing, circling of ankles in both directions, spreading toes wide. For 4, 3, 2, 1. Let's keep the legs exactly as they are. If you can grab the outside of your left foot with your left hand and the outside of the right foot with your right hand, you could do outer or inner feet. If you can't reach it, grab your strap. We're going to do one side at a time. So this is sort of extending the left leg out to the side. Exhale and inhale. We'll just do 4 on the left. Inhale, exhale, inhale, exhale. Or grab the back of the calf works as well. Last one. Back to center. Now the right side's going to extend. Let's just do 4, 3, 2, and 1. Lovely, back to center. Now maybe you can do both, but maybe not. If that's not an appealing thing, do 4 and 4, one on the left, one set on the right. Exhale, inhale, exhale, inhale for 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Very nice. Return to center here. Knees come back together. Let's rub and massage that low back area, the sacrum. The sacrum is just a solid piece of bone, sort of in the shape. Just imagine a little salad plate down there. And you're rolling on the outer part of the rim of the salad plate. Oh, God. And then bringing that to stillness, the feet drop back to earth. The feet are now mat width apart. Arms could be on the earth in T position. And we're going to windshield wiper the knees side to side. So this is a nice opening up, a relaxation. Big full breaths for 4, 3, 2, 1. Next time when the knees go to the right, leave them there. Just leave them there. Take the right ankle, cross it outside of the left thigh. And then you're going to gently press that left bent knee maybe closer to the earth without forcing or jamming. The top right foot is flexed. The top right foot is externally rotated. 3 big breaths right here. Inhale and exhale. Inhale. Exhale. Inhale. Exhale. Unwind the legs. Feet are mat width apart. Windshield wiper the bent knees side to side to recalibrate. Make sure the base of spine is lined up with crown of head. Next time the bent knees go to the left, leave them there. You're going to take the left ankle and cross it outside of the right thigh, bending that right bent knee a little closer to the earth, perhaps, without forcing. The top left foot is flexed. The top left foot is externally rotated. 3 big breaths. Inhale and exhale. Inhale. Exhale. Inhale. And exhale. Unwind the legs. Feet are mat width apart. Knees are bent. Windshield wiper the knees. Just to recalibrate. Nothing violent. And then bringing that to stillness, let's just roll onto the left hip. Just roll onto that left hip. And the legs are stacked so that the thighs are really perpendicular to your torso. You could rest your head on either your upper arm, or you could use a block to rest your head on, or maybe a towel on a block, or a couple of pillows. So the idea here is, imagine there's a glass wall right behind your body. So there's not going to be any falling back when we start lifting legs here. We're just going to float the top right leg. The foot is flexed. Inhale, bend. Exhale, straighten. Let's do 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Let's rebend the knee this time. And with your strap or with your hand, you're going to grab either the shin, the ankle, or the top of the foot. You can use your strap if you can't grab it right now. And we're going to draw that right thigh back behind, if that's available. Try not to roll back. Imagine that there's that glass wall. Your foot just penetrated that glass wall. And we're giving a huge stretch to that right front quad for 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Release it, restack, roll back onto your back body, and then find your way onto the bottom right hip. So the hip on the bottom is the right one. You're going to come on down, and you can rest your head either on your upper arm, maybe on a block. Get rid of this weight here. There we go. And we're going to stack the thighs and the legs and the hips. So the thighs are at a perpendicular right angle to the torso. You're going to float the top left leg. The foot is flexed. Inhale, bend. Exhale, straighten for 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. We bend the knee with either the strap or the hand. You're going to grab shin, ankle, or top of left foot. You're going to keep stacking the hips and the legs, but you're going to draw that left leg back behind you, getting a huge stretch to the left front quad. For 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Let it go. Restack, and then roll back onto the back body one more time. And you're going to realign the crown of head with the tailbone. We've arrived now in Shavasana. Hooray, hooray. So you can either do it classically, arms and legs 30 to 45 degrees on the earth. Back of the neck is long. You might want to roll a towel or a blanket underneath the knees if you have a cranky low back. If flat on your back doesn't work, bend the knees. Again, feet mat width apart. Knock the knees together like a tent. That's restorative rest. Or you could roll on one side, just as we were, resting your head on your upper arm or a block. Or you could do legs up the wall if you have an available wall. Or you could sit in a chair, feet flat, hands on the lap. And then once you've got arms and legs organized, maybe you want to cover yourself with a blanket, add some socks, a sweatshirt, maybe a blanket over you to stay warm. Since we're now in cold weather territory. And once you've organized arms and legs, just allowing the eyes to drop closed. And then noticing a deep relaxation, a softness forming in the soles of the feet. We're placing our feet in that imaginary hot tub. And that relaxation envelops the feet, the ankles, the low legs, and then it envelops the knees. The softness now moves into the thighs, so that the feet and the legs become very, very heavy. The softness now moves into the hips, the pelvis, the buttocks, the low back releases. And the softness now moves from the belly into the waist, the torso, enveloping the ribs, heart, lungs, liver, kidneys, pancreas, spleen, all the vital organs deeply relaxed. It moves up the chest and into the shoulders and rolls down both arms all the way to the fingertips. All the way to the fingertips. It envelops the throat and the neck, and then it envelops the head, all the way to the crown of the head. The back of the neck releases. The face and the jaw let go. The tongue lies at the bottom of the mouth, teeth slightly apart. Eyes sink deep into the skull, as though a white, healing light permeates the entire body. Noticing back body and front body, right side and left side. Noticing the whole body together, the whole body together, the whole body together. And here's a quote from Pema Chodron's book, Comfortable with Uncertainty. And this is about lightening up. Being able to lighten up is the key to feeling at home with your body, mind, and emotions, to feeling worthy to live on this planet. Curiosity encourages cheering up. So does simply remembering to do something different. We are so locked into this sense of burden, big deal joy and big deal unhappiness, that it's sometimes helpful just to change the pattern. Anything out of the ordinary will help. You can go to the window and look at the sky. You can splash cold water on your face. You can sing in the shower. You can go jogging. Anything that's against your usual pattern. That's how things start to lighten up. If you'd like to remain here in Shavasana for as long as feels right, please feel free to do that. But if you're ready to meet the day, begin to bring some gentle movement to fingers and toes and arms and legs. And as you are ready, drawing the knees into the chest, giving yourself a well-deserved hug. And then rolling onto your favorite side and pausing there for just a few breaths in embryo posture. And on the next inhale, keeping the eyes closed, press yourself up into a comfortable seated posture, rooting the sits bones down into the earth, drawing the crown of the head up into the sky, scanning the body for the effects of the practice, and thanking the body for all it does all day, every day. And bringing to mind one thing for which you are grateful. And on the next inhale, let's float the palms up overhead, hands meet in prayer, dropping down the midline, stopping at the heart, Samastiti. May you be happy. May you be free from suffering and the causes of suffering. May you know peace. I salute the bright light in each and every one of you. Namaste. Jai Bhagwan. Stop the recording.